Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the session here. So today I'm going to dive into a very critical problem many organizations faces. So the IT department normally being viewed as a cost center, and how we can transform the IT organization from cost center to a strategic partner for the business, become a strategic value creator. And today we all know technology is at the heart of everything for the business. So it is difficult. You don't think about technology when you do any business innovations. So in this talk, I'm going to introduce you very, very simple framework to help you to see how I can elevate myself, my team, and the whole organization as an IT department to a true business powerhouse. Okay, why you listen to me on the topic? So first, introduce about my background. And I have about 28 years of experience in the tech industry, and also 19 of these years in Thoughtworks. So I've played many different roles. You can see there, I've done the role for as a head of people, and also software delivery principal, and head of operations. I was a managing director for Southeast Asia before. In the current recent 2 years, I serve as a global CIO. So this experience is kind of shaped my view to the business from multiple different perspectives. So think about managing an IT team, people's motivation, people's performance, and how to do software delivery, how to do the product innovation, and also how does a business make money and loses money as well. So you have a lot of I have a lot of different views for a business. So with that, I think playing the CIO role also allow me to think about how IT department can become very valuable to the business. So I think also for this team I'm leading, it's a global IT services team. And for the team itself, and we have constantly transformed and also improve ourselves. We're very proud to be recognized externally as well. So for some product innovation, service design, and UX design over the last few years. I think there's many people say it's never been more exciting to be in the IT, right? Because technology driving every aspect of business, and the potential for IT to drive innovation and growth is immense. So even internally, when we talk about any business initiatives, 90% of the time, you have to talk about technology. So it's very hard, there any initiative you're driving without technology. I think this probably applies to most of the organizations. And also, even we look at a famous quote, like Bill Gates also saying like how IT and the business has becoming, super interwoven. And a lot of time, it's difficult. You only talk about one and without talking about another. So you're always talking about those two things together. However, you may have different things to share, right? You have different stories, and about IT departments. There are probably a lot of complaints about IT organization in your, IT departments in your organization. And many complaints, we all know, probably don't come without reasons. And you're not alone. So even we look at some very trusted reports from the industry, there are data showing many of the business C-suite executives have lost their confidence in IT to provide good services. And this actually dropped significantly over the last 10 years. So there are many reports. If I search online, you can find it. And many IT organizations are still viewed as operational and tactical instead of a strategic partner. All right, then how do we bridge the gap? One thing we said, IT is very important to the business, but second, the business doesn't really, not very satisfied with IT. And actually today is there's a lot of secret to share, but one thing to tell everyone, this is not a technology problem to me. Because for Thoughtworks, as people who join our session today, you know we have so many very good engineers, very good technologists. But many of the IT problem is not only tech. So today I'm not going to talk about tech. And also you join here today, there are all the other sessions about technology. So I don't think I need to add another one. I'm going to focus on people and the relationships and how they enable and accelerate the technology strategy. That's also very associated with my background. I've done a lot of operations people related, so this is really the topics in my heart. Okay, so I think all of here are lived long enough to have a lot of complex relationships with our parents, partners, and also colleagues and even bosses, right? And while IT is also in the relationship with the business, and most of the time, the relationship is not working well. And there are the reasons a lot of baggage. You can call this legacy systems, very difficult to work with. On the other side is blame games, right? The complaints, a lot of time you feel like those blames are just, there's a complaints about the blame. The typical examples, the business expect IT to deliver on time, within budget, while at the same time, the scope is creeping. And so then it's unfortunately, there's a lot of blames between different departments. So once we accept business and IT are in relationships, then we can work on something. Then we can reset and redesign and elevate the relationship and make sure IT can provide better value to the business. Okay, so this comes to the very simple framework and how we can elevating the relationship between the business and IT. Let's leave the technology aside for now. All right, so the other thing is that later I'm going to play some games. I know really get everyone engaged. Please pay attention, but it's not very difficult. All right, so this is a very simple one. We actually created something called a business and IT relationship maturity model. So there are 3 stages. Stage 1 is IT is a delivery partner for the business. And second stage is IT is a business enabler for the business. And the third stage is IT is a business partner for the company. I will share more details with you shortly. And so a lot of time, why go outside to join any of the events and then networking sessions? And when I introduce what I do at Thoughtworks, there are many times I heard the responses was like, oh, you manage a cost center. And but unfortunately, the most of IT department are still viewed as cost centers. So which means you spend a lot of money and then business trying to cut your budget and always questioning why you spend so much. And the trap is when you are treated as a cost center, very easily for you to just fall in the same trap and then just behave like a cost center, right? So this is very easy because you feel like it is a business problem. They don't view you as a strategic partner, and then you just act as a cost center. So this is always happening. So in this case, I want to showcase at Thoughtworks how our global IT services function works smarter to elevate relationship and deliver high value to the business. And this is actually work for everyone. So wherever you are in your career, whether you are in the individual contributor role, or you are team leader, or you are the CIO, or other C-level people, you can assess where your team and your organization's IT are in the stage and how we can work on it. Okay, so I'll go a bit details for this model. So for stage 1, as a delivery partner, so then in this way, IT can be perceived as a cost center. So what they do is that they're supporting the business strategy, and also they deliver the product, but they measure by their ability to deliver project on budget, within budget and within timeline. But then if we go to the next stage, IT can be viewed as a solution partner. This means they do consulting and enabling the business with success measured by, what's your alignment with the business strategic goals, and also your operation efficiency. But if you can even go to the more advanced stage, become a business partner for the business and for the company, and then you will be perceived as a high value creator. In this way, you're trusted advisor, and you'll get really early in the strategic discussions for the business. You're not just delivering the product. With that, how you'll be measured? You're not just measured by the cost. You're measured by the contribution to the company value, including competitive advantage for the company, and also some even the value stream creating a new business model as well. But it doesn't mean if you only move to that stage, you don't do anything here. Actually, for the IT team, you do all the things. But you should have capability to do the stage 3 work when you are needed for the driving the strategic initiatives. Okay, so this is have a more detailed page. I'm not going through everything, but if you're interested, you can take a photo about it and then digest a little bit later. So this will give you more details about your primary role and what are your key activities you do and approach, capability needed, and also the challenges and the KPIs as well. So this is really kind of our internal created model and a little bit unique. And definitely we took on a lot of external thought leadership as well, but we feel like this really work well. And with all the details I talk about, I will encourage everyone to think about yourself and what does the IT team in your company stand based on this maturity model. All right, so let's play a game. Like I mentioned, it's a simple game to play and don't get nervous. It's not a difficult one. So here's the rule. So I will have some scenarios. There's a code. I will read out the code and then you will share what do you think about the stage. So the first scenario is this person, Amy. She is from the marketing team, the business function. And she said, help me implement Makito to manage all of our campaigns and improve our data. What is the stage 1, right? Okay. Not too difficult, right? Okay, this is very easy to understand. So this is very, very typical behavior for stage 1 because the business already identified their problem. And then they already identify even a solution. All what they need is to find an execution partner. Just implement it for me and no other things. So this is very, very typical, just a deliver partner, right? Okay, let's look at the second scenario. So this is Aaron. He's also from the marketing team. So he said, we want to gather some detailed and reliable data from our marketing campaigns to continuously evolve our content. Which stage? This one. Sorry, two, right? Or think about stage 2, right? So this one also not too difficult to guess because Aaron already have identified a problem for the business function, but he's looking for a solution partner. And he wants someone to help co-create a solution and lead to a better outcome, also deliver the solution. So you do both. You do business enabler, actually you deliver the solution as well, right? And then this is third scenario. So, and then just notice here, this person is Susan, and actually she is from IT department, but she is specialized in doing the marketing solution. She's consulting the business. And she said, based on industry standards, we believe we are behind in the marketing campaign monitoring. Let's plan a discovery phase next quarter to explore possible solutions. 3, right? So yeah, it's very obvious 3. So with this small game, I hope you really have a big understanding about IT. In this scenario, IT is proactively understanding and identifying the gap of the business function. And they actually use their expertise to collect the data and then from getting the market intelligence to show to the business, here is something you should consider. And then they advise the business strategically on the next steps. So this is a stage 3, right? So this is very different. Okay, so this diagram also show you in a nutshell, the earlier the IT department is involved in shaping the solution journey, the highest value is the business relationship, right? You can see here is that we talk about 3 stages. And if you're involved in the most advanced stage, you'll be invited to join the problem identification, even refinement. And a lot of time you probably can tell them this is not a real problem. And then the real problem is something else. And with you doing different things, and you will be viewed as a different position in the organization as well. But doing this is not easy. You can see this requires something in the IT, right? One is you have to demonstrate the capabilities. And the second is you can bring something to the table which the business doesn't have, or they have a gap. So if you are viewed as a cost center, you can think about something you could do. If you're not behaving like a strategic partner, very hard for the business to view you as a strategic partner. Okay, so here we also give you some simple guidance about what you can control. And so there are a few categories we work on. One is something you could do without working. This including how you manage your portfolio of IT investment, right? And the other is how you manage your project, how you manage your product, and then manage your costs as well. The second thing you can control is capabilities, right? Like we mentioned a few examples. If you want to be perform in the stage 3, you really have a very good capabilities beyond IT, beyond technology. Technology is a basic. You have to get it right. You have to really be really good. But in addition to technology, something about business solutioning, understanding the business domain, and also you are able to articulate the business value well. This is not about talking about how many features I delivered, how many points I delivered. This is talk about value you delivered, outcomes you delivered, and also market intelligence you can bring to the business, which they don't have. And also organization structure, how you can redefine, evolve your organization structure to make sure you have the agility, really serve the business well. And your organization map to your own organization, the business organization, you need to break your silos and also maximize the value. So with that, I will share a few case studies here, so make you help you to understand further. But I think later we also have a Q&A. If you have any questions, probably take a note. Happy to answer and discuss later. All right, let's see the first case. There are 2 case studies I'm going to share. So the first one is in our team, how we build trust through our portfolio management. So actually, when I stepped into the role 2 years ago, the first thing I wanted to do is this. Because before I joined the team, I knew this. We have a really group of very good people. They are always building very good products. The feedback from the business is also, the product quality is always good. But there are also other complaints about a lot of the senior management don't know what's going on in the IT team. So how you can make a really good portfolio management to align with the business goals and maximize the value from investment. And I think maybe not everyone is very clear about what is a portfolio management. So portfolio management, in the simple word, is actually selecting, managing, and overseeing a collection of IT investments or projects to achieve specific goals. All right, so with this, we talk about different areas you can control. This is under the ways of working. So let's talk about how we did this previously. All right, so not just doing the work is not enough. I'll show you something in the past. So in the past, each team have their backlog, and there are so many teams, and each team had their backlog in a spreadsheet or some other digital platforms. And so this problem is not centralized. Every team do their own, and it's not easy to be viewed by a senior executive. They are not going to go line by line to see what you are doing. And also, they will take a long time if you want to consolidate everything as well. And this create a problem about the trust with the top leadership team, because they spend the money. You better to let them know where are you spending the money and what are they getting from that. So there was not enough visibility to them. And also, because each team managed their backlog, their portfolio, there's so much local optimization. They just want the team to deliver the best thing to their stakeholder, but there are actually a lot of more things they should look at. But they were not supported to do that in the overall thing. So one thing we changed is we definitely start creating more visibility to the senior executives because some high-level things super important. So some diagram is a very executive friendly, and also with some automations, it's easier to put together a report. And we actually do this regularly with the global management team. And with that, there's a lot of transparency about resource allocation, right? So I think in the past, the global management team just didn't know how many people are investing in any of the area, the investment. And are we really investing our IT in the right initiatives? How did we do the prioritization? Did we really deprioritize things we shouldn't be doing? So this actually create a lot of transparency. With that, we have been able to build really strong trust with the top management team. And we can use the diagram to also track the alignment with the business goals. Because business, they have a focus on some area they want to invest more and some area they want to invest less. So with this diagram, we can also see that. And with this kind of monthly view, we can track the portfolio allocation trend and are we doing the right thing, etc. And the other thing I think clearly create a benefit for us is we are able to monitor the BAU ratio, the maintenance support, and we have a way to keep optimizing that. So you can see if you have a good diagram, good kind of report, you create a trust with the people you should be, from the business. And also, secondly, you can identify some patterns and take some actions to optimize that. So with this, you can see from the previous view, yeah, you deliver good software, but it's only stage 1. But if you are able to move to what you are doing here, you go to more like a stage, the stage 2 business enabler. All right, I also want to show some detailed examples about how these diagrams have, created some directly outcome and values. So one is, like I mentioned earlier, we drive strategy alignment. So if we feel like the business has too much us in one area, which is not aligned with what their initial thinking, then we have a conversation. So we adjust the allocation to make sure the investment in the right area. Second is we keep looking at our trend for the cost, the BAU cost. Then we really find the different ways to optimize that. We can see whether those things are working or not. Is the ratio going up or down? Also, we did a benchmark in the industry as well. Although we are already doing better than the industry, but we still identify the many areas to have a room to improvement. And then lastly, there's a DAMO and the AI Ops. DAMO actually means a digital application management and operations. So this is our way to do the maintenance support for all our products. We actually implement the general AI capability into that. So there are many things are automated by the general AI capabilities. And with that, we also can track in the, our portfolio, see how it worked to improve. And then if you even want to go further to stage 3, and then there are other more factors to consider, not just creating a centralized view, executive-friendly view. A few key factors to consider. One is you need to have an outcome-based strategy. As my previous life, when I was doing some consulting with the clients, I still remember many clients, they measure their performance by measuring the output, not outcome. So output, typical things is how many features you delivered, right? How many bugs you fixed. But they didn't really think about, what kind of outcome I deliver for the business. So these are more like something like ROI or cost avoidance, risk reduction, or user experience improvement, etc. Those are more outcome-based things. So be careful about try to measure outcome, not output, for your strategy. The second is if you are able to have this strategy, you should be able to measure the values. So when you are able to measure the value, you will be able to prioritize your initiatives based on the value. And other things for your team, definitely continue to have an adaptive learning culture, because the requirement for capability will keep changing and need to improve as well. And bringing market intelligence and benchmark to always understand where are you in the industry. Can you even do better, right? So even sometimes you do better than the average, but you can still even do better, and then share your thought leadership as well. Create a lot of transparency and earn the trust and be able to maximize the value for the IT. So with that, then you really move from only providing report to be able to provide recommendations to the business. So this, again, is stage 3. All right, so then I think I just summarized the case. It is ways of working, change the ways of working. And this is an example about changing the ways of working to elevate your relationship with the business. And stage 1, you had a lot of spreadsheet, and there's a lot of noise, and the business complain it's a black box. Don't know what's happening, right? Although you deliver really, really good software. And but then with that, you are not well recognized for the work you have done. But if you move to the stage 2, you have one source of truth, solid reporting, and you have a trust from the business, and also you can do good resource allocation. With this, you actually improve a lot about alignment to the business, have a business agility, and also improve a lot on the operation efficiency. And the most advanced stage, you're proactive, and you discuss with the CEO, the global management team for prioritization, you provide recommendations, and you participate in financial planning, investment monitoring, and also provide advisory to the top management team as well. Okay, let's see another case study. This case study is actually covering those 2 areas, capability and the organization structure. And so if you mostly have technical skills, and you can only position yourself as a delivery partner, right? Like we mentioned earlier, you do really good project development, project management, and you have a very good technology cross-functional team. This is great, nothing wrong with that. But if you don't do other things, you are only positioned as a delivery partner, which the business can view you only as a cost center. But if you have people with capabilities in stakeholder management and business acumen, so you can build deeper relationship with the business and becoming a consultant. Business will expect IT to consult on what and how, what to do and how to do it. And if you have a strong business capabilities, give them things they don't know, or they have some gap. And for example, we mentioned earlier, market intelligence with technology and technology trend, etc. You can get a much deeper involvement in the business strategy and contribute to the why part. If you can contribute to the why, you are viewed quite strategic by the business. And also in the journey of my team is, before I joined many years ago, they're always doing very good about product delivery, and especially when the company was smaller, it was very important because the transparency wasn't a big issue. But over the time, we have found the organization became bigger. And so in around about 2022, feels like in order to really do the right thing, we need to become better for stakeholder management. So actually they introduced the role for internal client leadership team. So they are actually doing relationship building and internal stakeholder management. And actually after I stepped into the role, things started from last year, and also we did a lot more this year, is to bring us to the more like a business partner position, where we introduce some new capabilities, bringing market intelligence and then providing analysis to the function. And also we have the role about solution architects, also portfolio management. So this capability actually enable us to provide these services. Also want to show you a little bit about high-level structure of my current team. This is also looking at how the business is structured. So then we structure in this way. So just a big piece is we have a team, they do business engagement and solutions. They focus on cross-functional solution design. So even they actually have a stakeholder in different departments, and we group them in a few big domains. But as our solution consultant, they have to always think about cross-functional. Why are we doing that? Because the function, they very, inevitably, they will have their silos, right? So they focus on their functional requirement. But for us, we have the privilege to look at everything. So when we have the view for everything, we will be able to mitigate the functional silos. So that's why we structure the team in this way. So every solution consultant, every time they get any business problem or solution requirement, will think about the impact for the whole organization, and so what's the value we can provide. And with that, we'll be able to help them simplify some processes as well. So this is the function doesn't have. we can bring our the things to the table which they lack of. And we also have a team demo. They really doing very smart maintenance support. And the other boxes of people, they are doing services for all our thought workers because everyone also have a need for IT. We have a centralized delivery hub. With that, we can maintain the whole backlog in one backlog. There's a lot of transparency. We are able to reallocate the resources based on the business need. So previously, each of the domain, they have their own team. So there's a lot of local optimization. Even this domain, maybe the things they are doing not super important to the business, but they still do it. But the other domain, when there's something the global management team want to invest in more, but we didn't have enough people. If we really want to invest in more, we end up have to add more budget, which is not a super optimal to the business. We should be able to actually reallocate people from other area. In the new model, we're able to do that. And we also set up the other two small capability or small sub-teams. They look after the enterprise architecture, make sure we continue to optimize the whole product portfolio and looking at the whole architecture design and make sure we make long-term decisions. And also we have a team driving the transformation, including what I'm talking today. So with that, we can influence early phases through dedicated engagement solution team. We enable end-to-end process experience solution design and break down the silos and drive continuous IT system optimization through enterprise architecture. Okay, but you say, all right, you talk so much theory. How does it relate to me? I'm not a CIO. I'm just a technology practitioner. How I can make a difference? You can. That's why I'm bringing the topic here today. And so as an individual contributor, there's areas you can control. Where, right? So definitely capability. Every individual, if you want to have a more strategic relationship with your stakeholder, even one individual stakeholder, you could uplift your capability beyond technology to make you more valuable or make you perceived more valuable. I think a lot of people, they do really great things, but they were not able to articulate well or focus on the right thing. So this is something you can do as an individual. And you said, okay, I'm a tech leader. I lead a team. Great. You have more things to control. Where? Ways of working and the capabilities, right? You can encourage your team and plan your team to improve these capabilities. And also you start thinking about the other way about managing your backlog, your portfolio, how you create a visibility, how you use data to identify the trend, the problems for you to take actions. All right. If you're a CIO, there's a no-brainer. You can do everything, right? So any of this, you will have a lot of levers to pull, really depending on whether you want to do it or not. But with all the theory and the case study I've talked about, you can see if you do all of these, you get a lot of value, and then you are perceived like a more strategic partner than just a call center. Okay, I've talked so much, but if you could remember just one thing, think about one thing you can remember. All right. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. Let's focus on the value. Your IT department can be much more valuable than a cost center. Okay, let's call back, right? So in both business and life, relationships can be complex, but they can evolve into stronger partnerships. All right, so that's my topic. Thank you.